All right, I'm back live with StreamYard for YouTube. It's been quite a while. I don't remember the last live stream I had. It was I'm gonna look it up. It was 1 year ago, I believe, and yeah, it's been quite a while. I was outside doing it by the fire pit, or I took a picture of the fire pit, I guess. But um, yeah, tonight's topic. Let's chat about everything outdoors and let it rabbit trail from there, I guess. If anyone's willing to come in and watch, talk, listen to me ramble on. I know I kind of had the thought of um, having a live stream about an hour ago, so a lot of people aren't used to seeing me lately on live stream, so didn't have a lot of videos to put up, just a bunch of shorts, so I thought I'd do this too. Oh, I got a tickle in my throat. Excuse me. Um, living in, I cannot say that without stuttering. Living MN outdoors. How you guys doing? It's been quite a while since I had a live stream, and yeah, a lot of things not really happened, but small things, small changes around here. But yeah, so see who else wants to come in. I kind of put it on Facebook, and we'll see how many people we get from there. If not, I know I figured it's cold out here, anyways. It's I think like 3 below 0 right now. It's supposed to get down to 7 below. The wind chill right now, wind chill, not windshield, is 21 below 0. I thought about having a fire in the fire pit today, but that didn't happen. It was kind of windy. Carhartts are still in the truck, so the bibs and the jacket. I could probably clear off some more snow over the fire pit, and otherwise I ain't gonna fare too well. Keep the fire burning. How did your trapping end up? Well, yeah, it was all right. I caught my first coyote after finally 7 years of trapping. I finally caught my first coyote, and what a what a monkey off my back, I guess. Yeah, it was pretty cool. You know, you spend all those years trying to set on sign, like they say, like the experienced trappers say, set on sign, and I've been doing that. And this year, I set in the same spot as I have in the past, and there was no sign that I could see. It's all soybean stubble, and there was a culvert going from one property to the next, and the ditch was really thick of brush and grass, so that was the only path from one point to the other. So I just mounted up a bunch of soybean stubble and set my trap, and had to reset it, remake it because something set it off. And I think within 3 days I had that coyote, and I caught 31 muskrats, 32 I think, and 20 raccoon. No no mink, no skunks, no. I think I caught a possum. Let that go. But yeah, it was a. I had the whole month of November off. that was really nice. What kind of sucks though with that is I started in October, like the second or the last Saturday in October. That's when everything opens up for um, water trapping, except for muskrat, beaver, otter, and things like that. What's a rat worth? Um, I don't know, probably $3. I'm just I didn't really see any kind of prices going on. There have been uh, Grunwald Fur and Wool. They put out some videos as they're buying hides from trappers, and a lot of them they put up or sell green, and so that I don't do that. I flesh everything out, dry them, and I sell them that way. You may get a little bit more. I don't know how much, but I heard a raccoon, or I saw that a raccoon from the Grunwalds were buying it. They were going for, excuse me, $16 tops. It is what it is. Um, a lot of people don't want to do it because there's no money in it. It's like I'm doing it because I'm helping. I'm an outdoorsman, trapper, hunter, conservationalist. You gotta keep that balance. Granted, you take some healthy ones, but you need to take some animals that are sick as well. So I'm in it for the balance. Yeah, I heard that group PETA, all the antis. Yeah, they need to. Yeah, fish had eyelashes. They'd probably be whining about them too. Not to get off on that kind of a rabbit trail, but that's I think those sad puppy dog eyes per se. Yeah. Like I said, it's been a while, and I hope there's more people that come in. My goal is always to get at least 10 people in here. Um, I don't know if you guys want to share this out. Um, maybe get some more people in. I put it on. I think I mentioned I put it on Facebook, but we'll see how that pans out. So, um, yeah. About 2 weeks ago, I had a little bit of a health scare, and I ended up my whole left side got all kinds of tingly, and I was kind of worried that I was having a stroke, or they say they're calling it a TIA. It's like a mini stroke, but not really, I guess. But there's also, they found something with my heart that would contribute to the tingliness alongside my left side. So I have a heart monitor, this little cell phone looking deal. Well, it is a cell phone, but it's basically for um, you know, like have a transmitter. I don't know if I want to show you just a little transmitter right here on my chest that monitors my heart. And hey, Mark. Yeah, good to see you too. But they it picks up any and everything that's not right. So I guess there is something that there was an alarm on last Friday, not last night, a week ago yesterday at 9:22 p.m. They asked if I had any chest pains or shortness of breath. I said, nope. I I was sleeping, but I felt good when I woke up, so I don't know what was going on, but I know there's certain times where there's an alarm that may go off because it doesn't say it's connected. I don't know if like a signal or if this sensor is picking something up. It's not adhere to my skin. Yeah, I think I'm okay, but I got to see a neurologist also this next Friday to check my brain out again. They did an MRI. They did a CAT. I think they did a CAT scan of my my noggin, and everything was. They couldn't find anything. There's a joke there, but they didn't see any issues. So, but they did an ultrasound of my heart where they found something that's a little, I don't know, just a abnormality from having my blood pressure a little high. I don't know how it can be from just a little high, but they're doctors. I'm not, so they'll just take them at their word, I guess. We got 3 people here. That's awesome. Whoever that third person is, say hi. Unless it's, I don't know if I'm. But yeah, there's 3 people here. Let's see here. Mark, I see you're hammering the coyotes, huh? Sorry if I didn't. I watched the last one, but I didn't comment yet. I probably will. I will. But yeah, and then there's some other things with the family. My son's in the National Guard. That's all I'll say about that. I don't want to get into it, but yeah. So, 4, 6 away from having my goal of 10. Well, speaking of goals, for trapping season, I want to get 30 raccoon. I ended up getting 20, and obviously 10 short from 30. I had quite a few misses. 10, actually, there's 10 misses, 10 raccoon that pulled out. But it could, I'm going to say raccoon, because I had pocket sets made and they were pulled out. Oh, look, to me, yeah, only 5. Well, 4 more than me. Hey, yeah, but I was hoping we got dumped on with snow, and now it's so bitter cold out. It's supposed to warm up to 30 now. Maybe I can possibly get out and set some coon traps to get closer to my number that I want. But what sucks is January 3rd, Grunwald's going to come up to their stop where they've been coming to the last 7 years since I've been trapping, and they don't come up or drive through in February at all, which kind of sucks. I don't want to sell my furs just yet. I want to kind of hold out until if I hold out, is they're coming through around March 21st, but I'd like to head up north by a friend of mine. He has a cabin about 2.5 hours away from here, and he trout fishes up there in the summertime, and he said there's beaver dams all over the place. We got 5 in the thing right now. Yeah, I'm hoping to hit it too, but I want to get up there and try my hand at catching beavers. I just want to go. I just want 2 of them. Why? I don't know. I'd be happy with 1, but I gotta buy 2 because traps are expensive. But I gotta figure out the actual size that I can use. Um, huh. Yeah, mountain lion's been bouncing around through here periodically, but hasn't been real talk of that lately. But I like to try beaver trapping. It kind of wish they were around my area, so I wouldn't have to travel so far to trap them. It's on public land, but I gotta get my all my ducks in a row because one, that's why I am. I gotta buy 2 traps, get some rebar for drowning rod, and that I could get from work. I gotta get some slide locks. I'll order them from Hags. And what else? I'm spoiled. I'm only 15 minutes away from Grunwald's. Oh, that's nice. How's it going, Vanessa? Vanessa Kitty? Thanks for stopping in. 50 minutes. That's awesome. You could, man, that is really nice. I mean, they go all over too. Getting back to the beaver trapping, I I gotta get some plywood or get a stencil of some sort, and that way I can put up the beaver hide to the specs of what they should be at instead of just stretching, pinning where I think is a good spot. I suppose I could probably do it if I was a little bit more experienced, but that's I'm not experienced in that. I got the lure from Dunlap, uh, Pile, I think it's called. I forget. Yeah, I think it's Pound Pile or Pile Pounder or something like that. So I got that to use, and I just got to get a trap, 2 traps, drowning rods, stakes. I'm hoping by March that they can that the ice is starting to soften up, rotten up, and so that way I can chop through it halfway decent. Yeah, with being here in Wisconsin, you can't molest or disturb muskrat huts, feeder huts, beaver dams, and beaver huts. And there's something else. Yeah, the dams you can't. I don't think you can. I'm not certain, but I don't think you can set in a big pot. Yeah, that's what it is. But you can. You can't set on the like a crossover set. You could. I don't know if you can. But what sucks is a 330 body grip. It has to be fully submerged. It can't be sticking out of the water at all. So 3 people here. Let's shoot for. There was 5. I don't know who was here and who left. Cool if Matt and Cody would show up, come in and say hi. Daddy Duck and After Five Outdoors. Anybody really. I don't want any trolls though. I think I ended up having Backwoods Barbarian, Daniel Sturge. Yeah, I haven't really had any issues with people like that here on my live streams. Maybe a few, but what else? I had some comments that I deleted and from some of my videos. If it's anything kind of derogatory or yeah, if I don't like it, if it's inappropriate, I'm gonna delete it. You haven't started beaver trapping yet. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it. I want to really follow through with it and get out and get up there and trap some. I'll probably do up the whiten the skulls from them. I hear that can take a while to degrease everything. What else? I have a coyote head that I got to do for a friend of mine that's been doing that maceration process since summer, and so it's probably all froze up now. Obviously, it's below zero. Diet Mountain Dew, not a beer. Yeah, speaking of alcohol, I don't think I can really have any alcohol with the medicines I'm on now. Not that I really drink anyways. I probably have one beer here or there, probably one a month. Oh, yeah. Yeah, having that month off in November was pretty exciting. I trapped the farm. He has a pond maybe about 3/4 of a mile away from his place. I asked if I could trap muskrats and this and that, some coon. He said, sure. This was like 2 years ago, I think. Or was it last year? I don't remember. But this year he said he wants me to get rid of the raccoon because all his silage bags, they would tear open, and that happens, it's going to end up some of the silage might end up molding in that spot, and that ain't good. And so I think I caught 6 raccoon from his farm. Where I set up, I didn't catch anything, so I set one on the other side of the farm or the barn itself, and I noticed that there's some openings going into the barn, like small openings, like steel siding pulled away, and so I figured I'll set up there, and I caught a couple there, and I set up a few more. I think I caught like 6 raccoon from that place, and I let them after I caught that last one, let the trap sit for a while. Well, I checked them every day, but I must have got all of them because every time I checked, there was an empty trap. So within a few days, I decided to pull them. 3 people here. I wish I could share this out somehow. I shared it, like I said, I shared it on Facebook, but I don't think anyone's gonna. Yeah. But I'm looking forward to seeing some more people in here. But getting back to the vacation thing, I am so looking forward to when I can retire. You know how I'm gonna love that so much, being out there trapping, taking my time. That's the best part of trapping for me is taking my time, no rush, no hurry. I get an animal. I don't know why I do it, but I think when I catch a raccoon, I'll skin it out the next day and I'll put it up. It's like I'm not gonna go gangbusters. I could. Well, I don't have a boat, so I'm not gonna do that. I can't do any more. How long till retirement? Me personally, I'm hoping just 8 more years. you know, but my wife will probably think other, maybe a little bit more. Pennsylvania Trapping and Outdoors is here. Cool. Thanks for stopping in. I think that's a new one. It's yeah. Welcome to the chatting about everything outdoors. And if we happen to rabbit trail on a topic, I like to ramble on and yeah, I'm yeah, I almost rabbit trailed already. Personal time off PTO. Yeah, I'm kind of like I said, I'd like to retire at 60. It gives me 8 more years, but I really don't want to. I really don't want to work any longer than that. Life's short to chase that dollar. But it is what it is. Sometimes you gotta pull your life up by your bootstraps and yeah, hit the thumbs up. I forgot that. Subscribe too. But you guys kind of start late. I think Boxy Outdoors is in Pennsylvania, and their trapping season starts really late compared to ours. Wow, that's it is what it is. What sucks about I think I was talking about it earlier, but see rabbit trailing. I only get like a good 2.5 weeks, maybe 3 weeks of good trapping, and then I pull my traps because of deer hunting. We have a 9-day deer hunting season here in Wisconsin, and I just don't want to let my stuff out there. And I know sitting around on your butt hunting, it still makes you tired. But if I would check where I caught my first coyote, I would have to drive almost 45 minutes to an hour going to hunt. That's 25, and coming back, and then going a little bit farther, maybe not an hour, maybe 45 minutes. But from where I hunt to where I caught that first coyote is probably a 45-minute drive. I am in between Lake Winnebago and Lake Michigan. I don't know if you ever heard of Manitowoc Maritime Museum. What else? I'm south of Green Bay, like 45 minutes. Well, that'd be cool. It's just I'm reading your comment. Film some ice fishing if I had, right now I'm out on vacation. Oh, okay. October 20th usually, but beaver and mink muskrat come in November 20th. Wow. Wow. Oh, that's late. Probably got a lot of ice to contend with. Oh, speaking of ice, this is kind of my first time this year really kind of trapping through ice. I have yeah, 5 hours. It's a long commute. But I started I trapped this pond at this farm, and I used to work with the town road supervisor, okay? And long and short of it, he asked me if I could trap that pond. I'm like, sure, because it was causing damage to the road bank. I walked over there that one day. I'm like, oh my gosh. There's some spots, there's holes like this on the shoulder of the road because of the muskrats. They have those, they have bank dens going up, and they got those breather holes up on top by the road, and the whole side of the bank is just eroded away. So I ended up putting some colony traps there. I caught some on footholds and a little 110 Conibear body grip. And two of the colony traps that I had, that one day I had three in each one. So I ended up catching, excuse me, six muskrats, seven muskrats that day, one in a foothold. But that one day we had, it got really cold. I think it was like in the mid teens. I had to bust through ice like half inch, 3/4 inch. I had to use my fist because I didn't have my hatchet with me. But yeah, that was a good little pond to knock some population down for the muskrats to kind of save the road a little bit. Yeah, with the ice trap, with the ice, as long as you don't get no snow, or unless you can mark your spots where you want to set your traps, I guess that would help you out. But obviously, when there's no snow, you can't see any air bubbles. Yeah, I only did that a few times. So plus, I had some gloves on, gauntlet gloves. That's the thing I need to do too, is buy some insulated gauntlets or get a knitted pair of gloves and put them on underneath. But yeah, trapping was pretty decent this year. A friend of mine, I always mention him in my videos, and he's kind of he's a mentor to me as far as trapping, and we're we've been friends since grade school. I think first grade actually. But he he really traps hard. He ended up getting, I don't know, the first day he went out, he's able to trap a lake, and he gets paid to trap the lake, and he gets a certain amount of money over a certain amount of muskrats that he catches. Plus, obviously, he gets to sell them too. So he ended up getting 66 muskrats that the first day. It's like, talk about skin your little butt off, you know. But like I said, he traps hard, and he's got connections all over, and he's ended up getting, I think he said he's got 77 raccoon that he has put up now. And that's it's pretty cool. He's a third generation trapper, possibly four. It's his his dad did it, his grandpas did it, and he's the only one that's his uncle has done it. He was going to get back into it. Yeah, they do. I got to figure out a different way how to do it. I'm too meticulous on how I skin my muskrats, and it takes me too long, but that also helps me kind of calm down. Not that I need to calm down, but it's just when I'm in my first shed, my whatever, I gotta dub it something, my trap shack. When I'm doing that stuff, my mind is just it's I listen to a podcast, the Robertsons podcast, Unashamed podcast, and I listen to that and maybe some music once in a while, but seeing some people skin those muskrats, they 1, 2, 3, done. But I don't catch that many, so I don't need to hurry up or feel the urge to get a bunch done in a certain amount of time. Yeah, it is cool having a family tradition that way to have a line of trappers like that. The way some people skin those muskrats, it's cool. But me watching them do that and me trying to do it, I always hate when I'm pulling around the stomach area. I don't I don't really want the um I don't want to internal stuff to come out. It's just I don't know. You haven't flushed a raccoon yet this season due to not catching anything, or do you freeze them and then flush them later, or do you sell them green? I'm just thinking about rabbit trailing squirrel, but I'm really looking forward to doing some rabbit hunting. Oh, haven't said. Oh, I got you. I got you. I suppose you got to sell them to catch them, right? Yeah, I'm looking forward to rabbit hunting. What I want to do is get out raccoon calling. Yeah, here in Wisconsin, they have a doe season. It starts on Thursday. It's a 4-day hunt. It's like, and then 2 weeks from now, they have a holiday hunt, just does. It is. I saw that. I think Stu Miller, he did a fleshing video using a pressure washer, and he says, yeah, it works, but it's also kind of messy. And I around here, if I had a garage that was heated and had a nice floor drain, I would probably try it. But that too, that when I'm fleshing raccoons, it's just a mind relaxing thing. I got a Foxborough Hellcat a few weeks ago. It's still in the box, but not for long. That I have a oh, not that I'm going to plug my own channel, but I did when I was off that in November. I went out raccoon calling. I went out. It didn't work. Went back a couple days later. Same abandoned farmstead. I put I was on the lane. fast but very messy here. Yeah, then you got fat all over the place. But anyways, I was in the driveway, I guess. It was all everything's overgrown. There's only one spot next to the house that was grass. I set up my phone. I do everything on my phone as far as filming, editing, everything. You know, I start the call, or I turn my phone on, hit record, start the call. Within probably a minute, 27, 28 seconds, I saw a raccoon coming. And funny thing is, it's actually funny. I should have, I mean, I'm a moron. All right. I'll probably still be here when you're all done. But I I call the coon out. It comes running across some garbage, the fallen down part of the house, comes charging at the call. I'm up with the gun. I pull the trigger, nothing. I'm like, oh, safety. Just pull the trigger again or squeeze the trigger again, nothing. Here, I loaded the tubular magazine for my 22, but never put a round in the chamber. The chamber was wide open yet. I'm like, the raccoon ran right past me. It ran like 18 inches away from my leg. It was honestly, even though I didn't shoot, that was the most fun I've had that whole month of November as far as excitement. The other part was my son and I deer hunting together back to back pretty much. Um, I'd imagine there's a raccoon call on my new Fox Road comes. Yeah, I'm sure there is. There's probably probably a few raccoon calls on there. Oh, I bet you it is so much fun. The first time I did it, I was in a marsh just maybe 4 miles from here, public land, and I set it the call at the base of the tree, and I turned it on. I just looked to left to see if there's any other trees. I looked back, looked up, and there's two coon that came up out of their den, just looking down, either looking at me or looking at the call. They were just looking out, and they just went right back in. I'm like, oh man, really? But that was kind of cool. So it does work. I like watching MC Squallers too. They really put a hurting on the raccoon population too with calling them. Oh, we got four here again. Living Eminem, Snappers Eminem. Oh, honestly, he I love watching that guy's videos. He is so laid back and kind of tells it like it is. You know, he's blue collar, just like probably all of us that do it, you know. But he, when I started, I, I watched a bunch of his videos. Snapper, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate you coming in. Yeah. Honestly, thanks for stopping in. I really appreciate that. You know, I'm not going to get into it. I was, yeah, I will. I'll rabbit trail. Um, you know, getting the thumbs up and things like that. It gets a algorithm going as far as getting my content out there. But unfortunately, it ain't. It does some good maybe, but I'm not monetized at all yet. So I got to figure out a way how to do it. I tried, but I don't know. It's kind of a if someone's not here showing me how to do it, I'm a hands-on learner, and for me to try to figure it out by it it doesn't work for me. But um, yeah, Stu seems like a very cool guy. I wouldn't mind meeting him. He's I don't know how old he's got to be in his. I don't know how old he is. Seem I'm pretty sure he's younger than me. I I'm 52. You see, he averaged $12 on his raccoon. Oh, yeah, $12. Well, that's cool. It's that'd be kind of neat to hang out with him. Just run a strap line with him, sit around a fire. I don't know. I'd be drinking coffee or water, but that'd be kind of neat to hang out. But $12, I guess. You know, like I said earlier, money isn't the reason why I'm doing trapping. I figured I'm a hunter. I forage a little bit. I fish a little bit. Hunt a lot. You know, but I figured I might as well try the trapping thing, and I I love doing that. That one year, yeah. So there's a guy that lives a little ways away from me. I don't know, about a half hour. He said he'd help me too, and he said I need an LLC. I don't know if I really need an LLC or not, but if I do, I do. But I don't know. It's kind of a I work full time, so I guess that's my job. But sometimes I'm thinking, yeah, the some of the comments I get that people have on my videos is like almost payment enough, but obviously that doesn't put gas in the tank. But I I wouldn't mind trying getting monetized on Facebook too. I'm putting out stuff on that and not getting anything in return. But I should. Um, well, that's neat. That's really cool. Did he do any videos with you, Snapper? I'll have to check that out and see. I'd watch it. That's pretty cool. Um, yeah, the monetizing thing. If I could just a friend of mine, my one of my foremans at work, he said I could use it as a business write off. I could use this area right here as a write off because it's like a studio, and I'll whatever I buy in here to add to my studio, I can write it off as an expense, I guess. And outside where I did all that barn board work on my garage, he said you could do that too. You know, you could stand in front of it, you buy something, you add it to it, you keep that receipt, and you can write it off. I'm like, oh, holy crap. That be all right. I don't need one. I got to figure out how to get monetized. If, yeah, like I said, if someone sits right down next to me and walks me through it and tells me how to do it, and I'll actually type it out, you know, I really, I really want to get monetized. Now, I, I should. I got more than enough videos. I think I got like 800 videos. I know views don't matter. I got over 1.1 million views on my views. I got more than enough subscribers. I got enough watch hours, but well, I might be an exception to the rule. I'll have to I'll have to figure that out tomorrow, or pursue it, or just look into it more. I don't know if I should do it on my laptop or my phone. I don't know. I just need to. I know I won't get much, but it's gonna. I really enjoy this, putting out videos. I like editing videos. I like having ideas on how to do videos. I got a storyboard in my head when I try to figure things out. Like some of my I did a short. I did some filming today, making a mink box for a 110 body grip, and really, holy crap! I gotta check you out. Honestly, I like watching firewood stuff. I don't know. Maybe I honestly maybe I am subscribed to you. Actually, I'm gonna check it out right now. What's your what's your firewood channel? Feels like I'm starting to get stuffed up. I hope I'm not getting sick. See, there I am rabbit trailing. I haven't been sick in quite a about 2 years. I started doing that um carnivore diet almost 2 years ago now, and um I lost a bunch of weight, and I haven't really been sick since. Maybe a sniffles here and there, but that's it. Yeah. Um yeah, there's a lot of good people in um this platform, or niche, I should say, as far as having like-minded individuals and um content, and things like that, camaraderie. Don't I'm just kind of looking things up here. Okay. PA, Northwest PA firewood. I should be I'm just sorry. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to check this out. I like, you know, talking about it now. I cut my teeth on firewood. As a kid, my parents burned firewood not solely as their main source of heat, but their secondary. When I would come home from school, I'd be the one that would start the wood stove, make sure it's going. That way, they didn't rely on too much of the natural gas, the actual gas furnace. So looking back at that stuff, it's like going in the woods with my dad and grandpa. We'd get 2 truckloads for the farmer because he burned wood, because we were cutting wood, firewood in his woods, and then we would go empty that, go back, load up both the trucks again. We would we would get a truck full of firewood. Then my grandpa would get a truck full of firewood, and it's like split it, stack it, haul it, stack it again, haul it to the basement, stack it once more. Why not, right? Yeah, there's a lot of firewood channels that I shouldn't say that I watch, but there's quite a few that it's amazing how much firewood channels are, how many there are. um, there's a guy just down the road from me. I I doubt that he has um, a YouTube channel. Oh, excuse me, but he's doing that whole firewood thing too. He's got piles of logs that he has brought in, and oh yeah, oh toss not stack. I got you, but that's something too. Is stacking, splitting. When I'm splitting firewood, I always did it by hand. Well, towards the end of my mom and dad's firewood burning, I was I'm I was married, or I am married, and Fridays I would have off, and they would have a pile of wood in their driveway. And that one day, I split the whole pile of wood, probably a pickup load truck full of firewood, split it by hand. And my dad called me, "Hey, did you split that firewood?" "Yeah, I did." "Did you use a splitter?" I said, "Nope." "You did it by hand?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did it by hand." "Why?" "Well, you should have used a splitter." I'm like, "Nah, that's too noisy. Less exercise." It's like I enjoy doing it. Really, 2 months? Wow, that's quick. I suppose if your channel blew up that quick, it's you got the views, you got the followers, and I'm I'm surprised I'm at where I'm at with followers. I got like 2,700 people who watch my that are, I don't know if you can say subscribed on here. I don't know if the algorithm kind of messes with that or something or what. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's going to take me a while. I don't know why. Maybe, like I said, maybe I can figure it out on my own, but unless there's someone around here, like Mark said, I don't need an LLC. First time they mailed me the code, I did not get it. Okay. That's the thing too. There's no support system. It's all through certain types of questions that you got to click on to help you possibly help you as far as that goes. And um, you're not really talking to anybody, which kind of sucks because if I could talk to someone and they could walk me through it on what to do on this little laptop here or my phone, that would probably help out tremendously. Five people here. PA Trapping, PA Trapping, Snapper, Mark J. Larson. I wonder who the two mystery people are. Maybe that one kitty cat person. What was her name? Let me think. Let me see here. Who was that? A lot of comments from you guys. That's awesome. Let's see here. Must have overlooked. Oh, Vanessa Kitty. I don't know who that is. Never Bluffs. Thanks for stopping in. Let's see here. Something went on haywire here. Oh, you're here. There's some kind of a new comments. I don't know. I got this little box above the bottom. Let's see here. There we go. I don't have any grandkids yet. If I did, they probably too little to understand the computer anyways, but Never Bluffs, thanks for stopping. Thanks for commenting. After Fives, yeah, Yukon. But there's a question, there's someone, one of you guys, I'm in Western New York near Buffalo. Oh, my sister-in-law lives in Buffalo. Her and her husband. Yukon Cornelius. In person? I think I got to do that next year for Halloween. We don't go out, but if we have a Halloween party to go to, I'm going to get a blue jacket, probably get a wide belt like Yukon, and put that around my jacket, a blue hat, and red earmuffs, and go as Yukon Cornelius. Yahoo! Throws the hammer up. I could probably get the handlebars, get some mustache wax, and have at it. Bumbles bounce. He had a corncob pipe, or that was Frosty? I don't think Yukon had a corncob pipe. Are you, Cody? Are you here for the long haul, or are you working? You're a dead ringer with them. I don't know. Maybe if my face was a little bit more pudgy like it used to be, maybe. Now I got the corncob pipe and a button nose and two eyes made of coal in my head. I guess no. Yeah, that was Frosty, I think. Yeah. He had that pickaxe or that little pickaxe. Was it orange or was it red? Probably a little bit of both. More like a burnt orange or something. I gotta look that up now. Let's see here. Yukon. I don't know. To me, I don't know. Is there a resemblance? I don't have the two beady eyes. Oh man, I gotta do that. This is weird. In two of these pictures, this one right here is Jack is blue, and this picture it's green. Yeah, I gotta do it. I honestly do. Uh, let's see. Oh, I got you. Short time. Right. He did, didn't he? The Matt embraced the resemblance. You know, there's some people that obviously don't watch me on YouTube or anything like that. I think who was it that called me Yukon Cornelius? I don't know, but it's yeah, Matt did, and someone that I think I work with called me Yukon also. You do look like someone famous. I'll look him up too. Uh, he was in. His name is Judge Reinhold. That's that's Cody right there. I know you said you didn't know who he was, but that was at a while back, a couple of years ago. You didn't know who he was, but that's who you look like. When I saw you in one of your first videos, I'm like, who is that? You know, it's like he looks like Judge Reinhold from um, Beverly Hills Cop, the Santa Claus movie. Yeah, nothing. See, here's a yeah. Sorry, but oh, now there's only three people here. Oh man, I know I say I want to do these more often, but it tonight was just a spur of the moment thing, you know. I thought about it actually last night. I thought about doing one last night, but I I made a mink box and I put that up as a YouTube short. I'm surprised I didn't get a restriction on that song too that I used, but yeah, Cody, I'm still not monetized. I don't know if you heard that whole little conversation that I was having. You know, I don't know. Maybe someday I like to. I'm sure glad you're back too. I always like watching your videos also and your editing. I know it's I don't I there's something that I tried about a year and a half ago and there's something I don't know. There's some discrepancy, I think. I can look it up and I can it bugs the crap out of me actually. Why it would this right here. I don't know if that little fix your AdSense for YouTube account. I don't even know if I have an account. I don't know if I did it right or what, but I don't I don't know. Like I said, I wish there was someone that could actually, like I said earlier, sit and talk me through it because I'm a hands-on learner. I got to watch for me to follow directions. I suck at it. Really? Uh, right? No, no, or I don't want to get into the political thing, but right, you can have all kinds of individuals dancing around with barely any clothes on, and that's okay. I'm not naming names, but uh, yeah, it's amazing who they pick and choose as far as yeah who to pick on, and it's this this style of content, this niche or whatever. Yeah, we're like the third class on the Titanic. We sleep with the rats, kind of a thing. Cody does a lot of duck hunting and ice fishing and open water fishing. Cody, that one video that you and your fleas in the winter, he commented on a video. That first video, or one of the videos, early videos that you had of you and that friend of yours, you were sandhill crane hunting up by you. That I'm not sure who that was. That guy had like dry humor, and it was like he wasn't trying to be funny, but it was freaking funny. I'm like, that guy's hilarious. Yeah, it has all of that, I'm sure, but that guy had it must be a natural thing for him. I'll have to watch that again. It was pretty neat. You bad influencer. That's cool. Oh man. Like I said, I got to do more. That way stay connected with people from different areas and things like that. Someday, Cody, I'd like to still come up by you and just hang out, do a little. Oh, really? Down by Louisiana, down by West Monroe. Maybe I could fit in with them fellers, the Robertsons. I'm almost I've been growing this beard a long time. Fishing, yeah. Get some nice walleyes. Mammo, Louisiana. Mamu, Mammo, Mamo. Oh, yeah. That I told my wife, Mamu. Hmm. I told my wife I wasn't gonna shave. My son has some military obligations, and I told him, Tom, just Google any questions about how to get monetized. That's why I did. I'll have to check that out. PA trapping. Um, Honestly, I gotta get something. You know, uh, I'm not gonna say it, but getting back to my beard thing, my son has some military obligations. I said, um, I told him I'm not gonna shave until you come back. He's like, really? And my wife last week we had a Christmas party, or her work Christmas party, for the bank that she works at. There's a lot of, like, good 300 people there, and hey, we got 7 people in here. High five, and leave a thumbs up, leave a comment too. She goes, "You need to trim that." I said, "Nope." I said, "I ain't trimming it until Clayton comes back." Hey, sweetie, my daughter's in the house. Well, not this house. We're empty nesters. How you doing, Megan? I use Google and I'm good. I We're talking about getting monetized, and this the guy from PA Trapping and Outdoors. He said he Googled everything to help him out to get monetized, and I know you helped. My daughter helped me try to get monetized and how to do certain things, but she really doesn't know either. Maybe you could help me again, or maybe, yeah, I don't know. But I need to, I don't, yeah, I think I need to get compensated for all the videos I'm putting out. I've been going nonstop since, hey, Cody, how long have you been doing YouTube? I think it was me, you, and Matt kind of started out the same time. I probably could figure out when I did my first video, but my YouTube message. All right. For this, um, oh man, I'll do it. But I started February 2020. I quit in 2004. Yeah, I don't know where I was going from that. uh, yeah, I rabbit trail and hit a crossroads. I don't know what I was talking about. And starting again in 26, August 20. Why in August? Something that monetized since 21. Why aren't I wearing my new beard oil shirt? Because this is my Trapline beard oil shirt, sweatshirt. I just got another one. I'll be a year ahead and won't be pressured. I got you. Awesome. Congratulations. Um, yeah, I got to figure out what kind of account I have. But the reason why I'm not wearing my other Trapline beard oil shirt is because I've been wearing this all day, and I think this is going to be my everyday sweatshirt around the house, bumming around kind of thing. But those of you who have beards, check out Trapline beard oil. I'm not I'm not sponsored by them, but I really enjoy the product. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I would use a beard oil. Now I can because I have a nice beard. You know, my nephew told me, "Yeah, you don't just do your beard hair. You work it into your skin so your skin doesn't dry out." And I'm like, "Huh, I never knew that." So he's got Brian Watson is his name, is the owner, and he's on Facebook, and he has a whole line of beard balms, beard oils, different scents. Like, I have 3 beard oils. They're called Take Care PA Trapping. He's or there's I have Cozy Cabin, gunpowder 1920s barbershop fragrance, I guess you could call it. But he's got mustache wax, which I'd like to get to someday, and beard balm. I think he's got. I got a beard brush because I don't think my wife would appreciate me running her hair pick through beard oil. So that's why I got a beard comb. But yeah, there's 9 people here. That's awesome. My goal was 10. I'm one short. But yeah, Cody, I'm looking forward to seeing your videos again. Are you just doing? Are you going to do fishing, or how are you? Are you everything, or I know you're just. I could grow a neck beard, but I won't grow on my face. Oh, my son can grow a beard. Once he's done with the National Guard, I think he's going to let it go. I mean, he can. That kid can grow a thick beard. Oh my gosh. When I started growing a beard, it doesn't grow fast, but his really doesn't either. But his is dark. And I mean, like I think he's got hair follicles coming out of one little port where the hair grows out of. Yeah, your shorts are really doing good. Oh my gosh. That blows my mind. That is whenever you do those shorts or your reels, I mean they those views are through the roof. It's like I saw some of them, I'm like, yep, Cody's back. Watching those. Boxy Outdoors is here. How are you doing? It's been a long time since, actually, like I said at the beginning of this I was going to say podcast. At the beginning of this live stream, it's been over probably a year. Yeah. The last live stream I did out by the bonfire pit. Those reels are a total pain to make. I know. It took me when I was building that mink box in my little wood shop there. It's unreal. I think I had how long did I had? I think I had almost an hour's worth of footage to condense down in a 158-second video. An hour's worth of video to go through, or footage to go through, for 58 seconds. But yeah, it's definitely a lot of work. Oh, you got the snowstorm now. We had that the other day. Oh man, this is fun. 7 people here. We had 9. Almost out of soda. I got this much left. It's all right. The soda ain't good for you anyways, but oh crap. Oh. Well, the ones that popped in, oofta. Oh my gosh, 15 below. Actually, I want to have a fire today, but the wind was blowing too hard. Tomorrow, if the wind ain't blowing real hard, I'm gonna have a bonfire. I should bring my Carhartts in for my truck, but that's my goal is to, yeah. I love bonfires, and I want to have one. I should have had one last night. It was so nice out last night. The air was crisp, and it was calm. But coming up Christmas Eve, we started something last year, Christmas Eve. We had everyone over. Everyone was coming over here when my father-in-law owned the house, and everyone still comes to this. How much snow do you guys got on the ground? We have, I don't know, maybe a good foot of snow, but we started a tradition last year. I started a fire during the day, Christmas Eve day, and let it go through the night, through the evening, afternoon, evening. And a bunch of us, my brother-in-law, my son, and my nephew, ended up hanging out by the fire for like good 2 hours. I'll find a picture from last year of us grilling out summer sausage. Okay. But yeah, that was it's something, a good tradition that we started. Kind of a pretty neat thing. My son won't be there this year, but just have to make the best of it. Here's the picture of us out by the fire pit Christmas Eve. My son and I have Stormy Cromer hats on, and here we are, the grilling over the fire summer sausage. Oh man, that is so much fun. That was really cool. And what's really weird or really neat is if you look, our serving platter for the summer sausage was a chunk of wood from the wood rack. Oh, that's fun times. Yeah, pretty cool. But yeah. Oh, I was gonna mention, I for those that don't know, the saying a cell phone is a heart monitor. It's I ended up, the new people here, I ended up having a week ago Thursday. I had some tingling in my hand. I thought maybe sitting in my chair with my elbow on the arm of the chair kind of got my finger, you know, how you hit that nerve and these two or three fingers get all kind of wonky. Well, my daughter-in-law went back to her house, and all of a sudden I could feel it in my left foot, the same kind of sensation. Then it worked its way up my leg. I'm like, that's really weird. And all of a sudden I felt it on my side of my face. And yeah, don't be a tough guy. You know, it's it was scary, but yet it wasn't. My face wasn't drooping, but it was all tingly. So I'm thinking, honestly, I told the nurse I have get my blood checked for, I'm on warfarin too. I told the nurse the other day, told her what was going on because every time I change medicine, I got to let them know so they can see what kind of how my warfarin reacts with different medicine. But anyways, I told her that I was okay. Hey, we got 10 people in here. Awesome. Um, I told that nurse that, yeah, I was thinking on the way here, I'm like, good thing I'm happiest my left side because I got to figure out how I can hunt with my right hand or just, I said, at least it ain't my trigger finger. She just shook her head. She's laughing. I'm like, oh my gosh. she she was kind of like, really? You thought that? I'm like, that's who I am. Figure out how to hunt rabbits with a 410 pistol and yeah. But anyways, yeah, don't be a tough guy. It doesn't pay. I said it doesn't pay to end up in a wheelchair or even worse. You know, it's nothing to right. Well, yeah. Honestly, that's what I thought. Even at home, when I'm looking at my face in the mirror, I'm like thinking, okay, at least it ain't my trigger finger. But yeah, it's funny stuff. But so yeah, I have a well, anyways, they did an MRI and things like that and a CAT scan. Everything was okay up here, but I still got to see a neurologist next Friday. And they found 10 and now there's 9. There was 10. Yeah, please hit that thumbs up. I got a sensor right here. I lifted up my shirt earlier and showed everyone, but or whoever was here, but it reads what my heart is doing, and it sent an alert. Well, it's 10 now again. Sent an alert to Chicago. Then it sent one to my primary doctor, nurse practitioner. Said that there's a nurse that called asking me if I was short of breath or had chest pains or felt any kind of weirdness with my heart. I said, no, I was sleeping. I was in, I was, holy cow, we got 11. I was not, I was probably, yeah, I was sleeping. So who knows what else is going on. There hasn't been an alert since last Friday night, but so they think whatever's wrong. They found something with something's very small that could have caused that sensation or blood flow restriction to cause what I felt. So, anyways, yeah, a lot of anxiety going on this past week or the week before. It's starting to tone down some, which is all right, which is welcomed. So, what else do we talk about? I want to talk about monetization, and I got to remember that, Cody. I want to figure that out and send you a screenshot of what that says, or I'm not quite certain on what you're really asking, I guess, because I don't have any. Maybe I do have a letter. I don't know. There's um, AdSense. But I don't know. I'm gonna worry about that later. I want to concentrate on you guys. I don't need to be sitting on my phone while I'm talking on the computer. You know, I'll see if I can help you figure it out. That'd be greatly appreciated. Well, well, I shouldn't say. In my opinion, I think you're a lot more computer savvy and phone savvy than I am. Email or not that I'm judging, but I think with your line of work, you could probably figure it out a little bit quicker than I would. I really don't work with the computers a whole lot. Not saying that's an excuse. Reason, maybe? I don't know. You? What do you mean, you? That was pretty close to closing out my YouTube account. I'm pretty far behind on the electronic trends. I just like the live a lot of times. Not sure. I just like the live a lot. Send me a message. You like watching the lives or what? Oh, see these? That possum right there? I did on my own with that orange bottle. I tanned that possum hide. Oh, I got you. It counts more than once. But I got a friend of mine. I sent my mink that I caught last year. I caught a nice buck mink, a good size. I think it was like 20 some inches. That's all done. That's sitting at his house. I need to pay him. I keep forgetting. I go over there numerous times and I don't take any money over there to pay him back for sending it and things like that. Oh, okay. Really? I know on videos you can hype. You watch a video, you hit the comment. Oh, I got you. I don't really. I got to look that up. I didn't know you could do that. Like I said, I'm not going to worry about that right now. I want to talk with you guys. Cody, let's see. Yeah, what advice was that? That I just I use I do all my editing on my phone. I don't do anything on my. Yeah, you are. Thank you, Megan. Yep. Yeah, she helped me film that one hunt. What year was that? 3 years ago. When I got that buck, I'll get the picture. Hold on, don't go anywhere. Oh, I'm getting old. You hear me go? I got up. She was with me that day when I shot this buck, and yeah, it's a nice deer. I stepped out of my shack and my buck hut, and I said to her, Megan, I asked her, any luck deer hunting? No, I didn't ask her that, but no, I didn't. I didn't really see a whole lot, but okay. But I go out of my little deer hunting shack by buck hut. I said to her, Megan, can you hear me? All right, I'm going to say, Megan, Megan, Megan. Then she said, yeah, she could hear me. And once you know it, within a few seconds, I said, Megan, 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 there's a buck. And she filmed me shooting that deer from the window of the buck hut. That was that hunt and the hunt that my son and I were on when we got those two turkeys. That was an awesome hunt. And this past deer season, a couple weeks ago, me and him hunted together. That was that was in the top three. I'll say it's even with all with my daughter coming along hunting, and my son and I shooting those 2 turkeys together, and the deer hunt that we went on a couple weeks ago, just me and him. That was so much fun. I think they're all, to me, they're all first place hunts as far as that goes. The hunt that Clayton and I were on a couple weeks ago, he was sitting with me. Yeah, we were done by. I think I was done hunt. Well, I had my buck tag filled by 6:45. But anyways, we saw a deer. I said, whatever deer comes out, I'm letting him shoot first, because it is what it is. Some of you, I'll tell you why, but through a text message or whatever. But he opted out not to take a deer because it was a small one, a nub buck. He could have shot it. Then another one came out about the same size. And he's like, I was telling him how many minutes we had left, and I told him, well, you got 4 minutes left. Then 2 minutes later, I said, 2 minutes. He looks at me. I look at him. He's like, I said, nah. That was almost seemed like one of the best hunts I had. Yeah, it's pretty cool knowing that your son is able to or willing to pass up an opportunity of shooting a deer or letting it walk. It was I don't know if surreal is I don't know what the real meaning of surreal is, but it was a moment where I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. It's mature. It's like he went the right way. I know we're out there to hunt and harvest a deer, but just because a deer is there doesn't mean you have to shoot it, regardless of what kind of tag you have. Yeah, he could have shot it, and he chose not to. To me, that was a successful hunt. It's I said, I don't know if it was the reel or a Facebook post, but we didn't harvest anything, but we still took something home. Yeah, you're right, Boxy and Cody. Yeah, it's pretty cool to share your passions. I know it's could be an obsession, but I feel it's a passion to be out in the woods and manage the herd, the deer herd, or whatever you're going after. It's I'm I'm really getting not sentimental, but deep. But yeah, it's to share the passion with them, to allow them to allow you to show them how you truly feel about wildlife. It's maybe for a better understanding, but yeah, it's pretty cool when you can take them along, pass it on. Yeah, most definitely, Megan. Yeah, cherishing the moments, that's for sure. I wish I could give that a comment to heart, but yeah, we should probably change the subject a little bit. It's getting a little bit um, too deep. You're absolutely right, Cody. That's the whole thing in a nutshell, right in that comment right there. It's that's what we're called to do, and for some people, they need to know that they got to understand that. Not that I'm judging, I'm not doing that, but if that's why I do what I do, that's why I started trapping. That's why I hunt, not to only fill my freezer, but granted, some people say that you can't, that's gotta hurt the animal. Well, not really. You put your hand in a trap, yeah, it's gonna not sting, it's gonna, they don't understand. It's meant to hold them. It's not there to tear them up, break a bone. It's there to hold them. I caught a raccoon one time last year in a dog proof. I threw food at it, dog food at it. It's looking at me, pulling on the trap, and it smelt the cat food, and it started eating it. It could care less if it was in that trap. Um, it's they don't under, they don't understand that Mother Nature, that that animal being trapped is not even close to what an animal is going to feel when it's got mange, when it's got distemper, when it's got rabies or other, there's a bunch of other diseases that animals can get. And for them to say, well, you're you're hurting you're hurting them, blah blah blah. Let me tell you, Mother Nature is a lot more cruel than we will ever come close to be. I know humans can have, uh, there's some that abuse animals, but that's not the same. But Ruger Farming is in the house. Hello. Thanks for stopping in. But Megan, I did not get a bear tag. All that was is a preference point for um, um, that goes towards a bear tag. So I think this is my fourth or fifth one. So I got to wait probably another 5 more years before I can send in for a bear tag. So you're exactly right, Cody. Real life is missed by most of the hippies. Yeah, they don't understand any of that stuff. Is unfortunate. And yeah, like during my month off, I got to go to my old high school and talk about trapping, and which I thought was pretty cool. That was the first time I ever stood up in front of a group and gave a lecture or a presentation on trapping. But the one thing I do know, if I do it, I'd like to do it again, is I need to have an outline. That way I can follow, have obviously topics 1, 2, 3, or A, B, C, then 1, 2, 3, and then use that for a guideline, because no, not so much getting into public speaking, but I don't know. I really enjoyed it, but I'm glad they were students. I'm sure they could have, yeah, expanded my horizons. Actually, it felt really good too. I know they're in a classroom setting, but I'm sure if anything progresses from that moment, or if I would ever, whatever, I don't know how I would handle people that are against it. I don't know. I don't know how I would handle that. I'm pretty passionate, and I don't know how I would handle it, actually, like I said. But it was fun. I If it wasn't for my wife, I wouldn't have been hardly nearly prepared as I was. She gave me ideas, and she told me, I'm not even trapping, and I'm coming up with these ideas for you to take, like traps and furs. I'm like, I never thought about taking the furs, these furs back here. But yeah, it was really enjoyable. It was pretty neat. A lot of the kid, I shouldn't say a lot of the kids. Some were sitting there like, who's this guy? They're just sitting there. They were hunters and stuff like that. And it's like they were just going through the motions, but they were respectful. They weren't chit chatting, but I'm sure the teacher would have said something too. The teacher is my neighbor, so so that was one way of being able to uh, get to that class, help her talk about things in that class. Well, we had 11 people here so far. That's pretty awesome. Ruger Farming's here, Boxy Outdoors, After Five Outdoors, Mark J. Larson Outdoors, my daughter. Who else is here? Some people left. Other people stopped in. I don't know who the other people are, but I appreciate you being here and stuff and tuning into my live stream, which I haven't done in over a year. I'm surprised I remembered how to do this. Yeah. Kind of like riding a bike. I don't know if I would remember how to. Maybe I could post for drop the link. Wow, I'm 2 hours into this already. Almost 2 hours into this live stream. That's pretty cool. Started at 6:30. It's almost 8:30. Yeah, they are fun. You're still up? Yeah, this is a guy, Scott Trapper. We've been friends since what? I first met you in first grade, then somewhere in between there, we didn't really start hanging out till seventh, eighth grade. We've been running ever since, weren't we? I stopped in and see Boxy on here, so I thought I would. I'm glad you stopped in, Ruger Farming. But yeah, Scott's the guy, my go-to guy for trapping. He's the one that's this is the longest I've been on one of your lives. Usually I go downstairs and say hi on camera. I remember that. Yeah. Megan, yeah, she used to come down here and pop in and say hi. Yeah. So I think she's a natural for this. She could be my co-pilot, my co-anchor, my co-live streamer. But yeah, Scott's my my mentor for trapping, and yeah, he's helped me out with my mink that I caught last year. Helped me out with the coyote that I got this year. Yeah, he's he's very knowledgeable. He's the type where he'll forget more than what I'll ever know about trapping. What part of the country am I from? I'm in east central Wisconsin. Yeah, Scott, I'm surprised I'm still up too. I was gonna do this last night, but I'm like, nah. I work. I'm tired. I'm sitting in the chair. I'm watching TV. I don't know if you saw I made a mink box today. I don't know if it should work, but I don't even know if I'm gonna use it. I just wanted something to do, so I made a mink box. Northeast Missouri. Cool. Kind of almost directly Missouri, almost directly south. But yeah, I wanted something to do this afternoon, so I made a mink box, and I'm thinking I should sit down in my chair over here. I'm like, I should do a live stream. I'm like, oh, what the heck? So got 10 people here. I think I think we might have had 12 people. It will work. Yeah, I know it will, but I don't know. I'd like what I need to do. I want to drill 2 holes in the top where I put the screen on the other end, just so I can sink a rebar stake down inside there so it doesn't roll around instead of using wire to tie it off to something. Or I could do that too. Put an eye hook in there. No, I don't need this. No. I told Clayton I'm not, well, maybe a little bit. Yukon Cornelius didn't shave his beard. You ever see his? My beard looks fine. My beard looks like I'm an old guy. All right. Find some minkler. Yeah, I should. Yeah. I'm getting scolded that I should trim my beard. Uh-uh. I'm going to have a long beard. All right, Cody. Yeah, I want to. Well, I say that now. I want to do more live streams, but I hope it doesn't take over a year. I am the Tomcat. I'll show you Yukon Cornelius. All right. Cody calls me that. This is Yukon Cornelius from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. See? He's got a nice rounded beard. I got the handlebars like he does, but I need to grow those a little bit more. Yeah, I will send me a text message. What was that of? An email or for the AdSense thing or what? I got to stick with the redheads. My whole family is redhead. uh yeah, it's amazing. My hair color isn't like the redhead, but my beard. If I wear my Stormy Cromer hat over here, or I have a hat from like an orange looking hat, I that really brightens up my red beard. All right, okay, I'll do that. Thanks, Cody. Have a good evening. Thanks for stopping in. Looking forward to your videos, some more of those shorts or reels. Man, I'm stuffed up. But wow, almost 2 hours in. 11 people here. I don't know how much longer I can go. I got a hamster bladder. I'm gonna have to drink some water, drink a Mountain Dew, drink some more water. Oh, 12 people here now. Whoever you are, give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment where you're from. And yeah, just stopping in to check it out. I'm glad you stopped. Well, two of them left. Oh, one was Cody. So yeah, this was a pretty good live stream tonight. Took a little bit to get the momentum going. I'm not SD Rancher 742. All right. I appreciate that. It's comments like that that really, I said, I follow Paul Ansack on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. And I've met him. We chit chat here and there. And he had a comment from someone that was a positive comment. And I commented on his post. It's like, there's times I want to just throw in the towel with this whole. I didn't want to say anything about my YouTube channel or Facebook or whatever. All I said was it be my. I thought about throwing in the towel for this whole media platform thing. I will, Scott. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping in, bud. Old friend. Yeah. Thank you. And I said, want to throw in the towel, but then you get that one comment that inspires you to keep doing what you're doing with the videos. So, thank you for this comment right here. I appreciate that. It makes me feel good too. It makes me feel like I don't want to, not that I'm boasting. That's bragging is a sin, I believe. I'm not, I find enjoyment of people enjoying my videos. It helps me to keep going and try to pass things on, some knowledge that I learned. That's all my whole channel is. I'm passing knowledge on about the outdoors. I love nostalgia, all the old stuff, That's why I like dyeing traps. I'll use the trap dye. There's sumac down at the bottom of our hill that I want to use to dye traps. I want to try walnuts, let them sit and soak and use that to dye traps, all that old school stuff I want to pass on. So it's like I said, comments like this one right here, that gives me, yeah, I don't know what it is about that word nostalgia. I really love that word. Nostalgia, nostalgic. Yeah. You are too funny, Megan. But it's it's for me to, sometimes I'm thinking I'm just I'm not gonna do it. I'm not getting anywhere, it seems like. And ambience, yeah, that's another word. Ambience. If I shut these whatever lights off, fluorescent lights, it has a nice orange glow in here, but you won't be able to see me too well. Yeah, old school. This is old school stuff. Old school stuff is how this country was started. I always say we live in a microwave world where we should live in a crock pot. Now that's cool. You're absolutely right. Everybody's so goal. What for? What? Why? I don't know. Yeah. I gotta figure out. Okay, hide the comment. But there's times where I just want to throw in the towel, but you get that one comment that stokes that fire in you. All you got are ambers going, and hopefully something happens good, that comes of it. I agree. It's just kind of, we live in a microwave world where we should be in a crock pot, living in a crock pot world. How true is that? I don't know why I'm stuffed up. Feels like, I don't know if I'm coming down. I don't want to come down with something. My ears are like on fire. Well, we still have 9 people in here. That's pretty awesome. I wonder how many views up. Not that it matters, but yeah. I 2 hours and 5 minutes into this. Wow. That went quick. Yeah, you're right. That's why YouTube Shorts do so well. It's most people got to have instant results. That's just it. It's like, that's why that one YouTube short that I made out of a long form video of me shooting this buck, that I titled it 4570 shooting a deer at 102 yards, I believe it is. It's got like 75,000 views. And the video that I took it from, I maybe guess 1,000 views, if it even broke 100. I'll look, but it's crazy on how people, like you said, people want instant results. Let's see here. Would sort by most viewed. Yeah, this one here, Wisconsin whitetail, in parentheses, Wisconsin whitetail, 102-yard shot with a 4570 Marlin. 77,000 views. And I got to figure out. Let me look. Just give me a few minutes here. I know I lost another person, but 75,000 views on that one. And I take it back. Buck down. That's where I got that short from. That video got 4,000 views, almost 5,000 views. It's amazing. Like you said, it's instant gratification. They don't want to watch the whole process of the hunt. They just want to see the shot. Let's see here. Most people have got to have instant results. It builds character to wait. Yeah, it does. A lot of my friends give me a hard time that I still have flip. Good for you, man. My dad still has a flip phone. He always wanted a smartphone, and whatever. And my mom's like, no, you're not getting one. It is what it is, but He's lucky not to have one. Yeah, you're right, Megan. What is that a picture of? Is that you? Or is that that is you. Yeah. Yeah, so this beard that I have here too. Oh, eating a s'more. It's kind of nostalgic, you know. No one grows a beard like this anymore. Well, I think they're more popular now, but a lot of, to me, it's nostalgia. Oh, they're yes, they are. They're a lot different. It's unfortunate. Like Ruger Farming said, what did you? I don't want to. I know. But what's funny is I saw, how a lot of people are like this looking at their phones. But I did see a picture. Social media is old school too. I saw an old picture, probably 30s, 1930s. People are leaning against the buildings on the street, looking at papers, just reading the paper. People are walking by, people are reading the paper. So I know it's not the same, but it is. But this is a lot worse, I believe, in my opinion. Most people wouldn't put in the effort that it takes some time. Sometimes takes to harvest a sort of animal, especially deer and elks. Times are different from what they were for sure. Yeah, yeah, they are different. So it's yeah, it's granted you had to work a little harder to find out information from through newspaper. It was an instant, but you still were on social media, you know. But well, everyone, I am probably gonna call her quits tonight. Right now, I am so grateful that all of you've come in and said hi and chatted. I wish I could keep going, but my bladder says something different, and I'd like to, like I said, I like to do this more often, but I don't know why I don't. you know. Yep. See you next week. Love you, sweetie. Yep. Thanks for stopping in, Ruger Farming. Um, who is that with the dice icon? Uh, SD Ranchers. Yep. Have a good night. Everyone have a good night. And like I start to say now in my videos, at the end of my videos, what gets you outdoors and enjoy the little things. All right. See you next time.